Hello and welcome to another Let's Build video in Springfield. Now guys, this is the orange house. I didn't choose it over like favouring any project over another. It's just purely a time consuming thing and I thought it might give me enough time to actually get some sleep tonight. So first thing we're going to need is our grey clay for our drive, some orange clay. I've chose Never brick stairs, slab and the brick for the frames of the windows. It wasn't an easy choice. It just sort of come around, and realistically, I think it's got to be the best thing we can use. Obviously, as we get through the build, maybe that won't be the case. So the first thing we're going to do, and we've obviously got our light blue stained glass and also some pink stained clay. So the first thing I'm going to do is jump across and make myself a little bit of a driveway. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to do it as 7 because the other side of the house it needs to like pop out a little. So we're going to start with the garage and then work our way back. And I'm hoping that if we work on 7, by the time we come forward about 3 or 4, we've still got enough room just to put in a little path. I think 7 should be enough. So we're going to come across 1, 2, that'll be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and run it up this way as well. We won't bother with the path until we make sure that we got this part right. And as in our usual sense, we're just going to put that right there. Now on both sides we're going to place 2 blocks. On the other side it will probably end up being 3. I'm just making sure a moment. So if we make this 3, because I really want to try and fatten up the house as well. The problem we've got with this house, as I'm looking at it, is the whole house is as wide as the garage, apart from the part that sort of comes out. So if we stick to 11, we're going to end up with 11 wide house. And it's going to end up being a little bit odd, so I'm not sure whether to stretch it, but we'll see how it looks once we get the front done and work out from there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, just to make sure the garage is actually a little bit smaller, so we're going to stick with 4 and pull this one across. And I'm hoping that's not too wide, so we jump in, just place our pink stained clay across the inside. It doesn't really need anything. And now at the other opposite side of the house as well, we seem to have we're going to use the pink stained clay. But it just seems a little bit odd, so I'm not sure how it's going to turn out in complete honesty. But we will give it a damn good go at trying to get it right. So I'm just going to place my button at the bottom. Oh no, leave it where it was. I know it's not important, it's only a button. Ah, wrong block. So there we go. So we've got a garage. We're now going to carry on and try and work out how wide this house is actually going to end up being. So we're up to our 5 blocks. So on this one, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we're going to have to make it 7 actually, because we're going to want 1 block here. And it's really up to yourselves whether you want to put a nether brick on the inside or whether you just want to keep it on the outside. So we're going to need to go this high no matter what. So let's just place these glass in a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to take that 4 high, taking it up to our 5 high normal height for our door, and there is very good reason for it. I was going to use the brick, but then we'd end up with like uneven windows. So what we're going to use is our slab. I'm going to go across the bottom of the window like that, come up the side, and then coming up to our second block, we're then going to move up to the third and use this bottom layer of the third glass up, so as to make it both even glasses, and then jump on top and run this slab all the way across. So it just gives it the idea that the window is actually even. I mean, we could extend it upwards, but I don't think we really want to, in my opinion anyway. And for our garage, that will stop here for now. So I think we're going to start the roof on the garage there. So we just run this across so we know that's pretty much how our roof is going to have to be. Now, I'm not sure if we're going to end up using slabs. We're going to have to sort of work out the rest of the build to work out really what we need to do for the roof. So we're going to drag this across, and we're going to do a gap of, let's have a quick check. I think we'd be safer to do 2, because I'm trying to drag the house out a little bit. If it's a thin house, we need to sort of puff it out a little. Now maybe I'm puffing it out a bit too much. That's unfortunate, we never know. So, sorry guys, I've sort of talked myself off. So we put another 2 blocks at the side of the window. Then we're using our nether brick, and we've gone up to our 5 high. And we've left 3 spaces, and we're doing the same on this side. Now to keep it with a window frame, we're going to place a slab on top and pull this over. We can then go ahead and pull our orange stained clay across. Let's just have a quick look here, because I'm trying to keep in mind that we need to put in the details outside as well. So I think we're going to have to make this too wide as well. So I think it's actually going to be a lot bigger house than what you think. But the only reason we need to do this is we really need... Actually, we could do it into the frame, but I'd rather not, but we could. So we're going to do 2 wide anyway. So we're going to do it like that. Then we're going to pull this around. 1, 2, 3. I'm wondering whether to make it 4. It would still leave us at 2 blocks. I think we'll leave it at 3 for now. And then we're going to use our pink stained clay, which is kind of odd, but we haven't really got any material to sort of counterbalance it. So that's 1, 2, 3. We'll do a 4th as well. And then we're going to pull this side. It's already got 1, so 2. Is 3 too much? I mean, this is becoming quite a wide house, so we'll stick to 3. Because bearing in mind then that we've now got 1. And then that will be our nether brick for our window. So that will then be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then our nether brick starting here to keep it the same size as the other window. But this is all like a 1 floor house. Here's a bungalow. So I'm hoping it's not gonna, damage the build at all. And we need to take it up as high as our door frame. So on the outside we start from a 2nd block, and then we go 4 up. And the same as we've done with the other window, just to keep both glasses in the right places. Want to drag it up 4 layers. And then we want to use our slab on the 3rd glass up on the bottom half, and then 1 on top of our actual block, running it all the way across. So we end up with a nice even window. And we just run our pink stained clay up that high, leaving our last block then to be orange. I'm just having a quick check just to make sure I'm right there, but yeah, it does actually work that way, which is quite nice because it then keeps. The only thing I'm not too sure about just yet, and maybe we could sort of equal it up with signs, maybe we'll just have a quick look, rather than me have the idea and then not actually at least check it. I don't know. The problem is that it is a purple colour, but I wondered maybe if we'd done this, maybe we could sort of make it look, if we'd done that on every block to create the four rows of it. I mean, that's something to work on later, but for now I would stick to the pink. It is what it is. We want purple for inside of our door. Now we can't do too many details across here. If we did, we'd end up sort of locking into the frame. So we're going to use some purple clay for the door. And we won't put anything on the door itself. We'll just literally keep it like that. take our signs away from. Oh no, actually, we can take our never away and put a tripwire hook just to finish the door there. Let's come across, let's finish this off. So we went 1, 2, 3. So we got to do 3 this side now as well. So 1, 2, 3. 1. Oh, wrong one. 1, 2, 3. We're going to do that for 4 layers. So there's our third and fourth. And our last one being the orange. And then if we just take a look, I'm actually, you know, that's quite a decent size. I mean, we managed to fatten it out a little bit. And then we're going to want our roof on this part at least to start on this very block here. So all of our roof is going to start off of this block. So that's not a bad thing. If we're going to use stairs, we might as well run this across, but it is going to give it quite a wide arch, and this is the problem now. So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to have to take the house 13 backwards as well to match up to this roof on the front here. And in a way, I'm glad I literally had that thought, because sometimes I wouldn't, and then we'd have to go back and actually do it again. So is it too high with stairs? I don't think it is. Well, I'm not completely confident just yet. So we're going to go 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that'll give us our width for that. And then if we take this, so that's 1, 2, 3 there. Obviously, the garage has got to match up to that wall, unfortunately. But the garage is like an independent roof of its own, so it's not too much of a stress. So if we cut off our garage, let's just get this done first. Let's just make sure that we can put in our window over this side as well. Now this one isn't so big, but it does start quite close to the door, so we make it to the 2. Then put our glass in 1, 2, and 3. Because it's much smaller. We're going to do that for the 4 layers as well. Now it is going to look a little different. I'm hoping it's not going to look bad, but the only way to find out is to get it done. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the same sense we're just going to do it across the bottom layer there, and then across the bottom layer of the third block, and then the same as the other side across the very top like that. Now the problem is now we've got, let me just check this so I know I haven't got to go 1 layer up. No, so it is actually a little touch smaller. So we're going to have to take this one away. That means this one's got to move as well. We may have to, let's just pull this one across. I thought I was doing something wrong there, so is that enough? And looking at the picture, we're going to have to take it back a little bit further, which is a good thing. Because the roof on the front doesn't actually come up as high. So what have we got? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if we make it, that's 13. That'll make this part 13. So let's go for the 14. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to work it out, so we're not going to end up doing a roof and then knocking it back down, because it's really annoying. So we're up to 14 at the moment. So let's work out this window. Now I think we're going to have to do both frames outside, which is a little bit annoying. If we were to do it like that, we're going to end up with like an odd sort of glass. So how do we get around that? Because I don't really want to be using different materials or Let's take that off. And we're going to do something a little bit strange now. We're going to take a tripwire hook and we're going to check it with the nether brick stairs. We're going to do the same as what we've done over on the White House. Now this may not work, so you know, don't copy just yet. But it is, like, as you can see straight away, it is going to give us like an odd window shape. Then our slab. So although we do end up with a different window, at least we know we can keep the roof at the same height, and hopefully it's not going to interrupt with our actual house itself. So we'll take this up to this height. Let's just have a count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is 14 enough? Because that is going to make that side... How many did I say this was wide? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we're going to take this another one back. Now I know it isn't my normal sort of style, but it's actually to cut out a few mistakes that we may encounter later, rather than work it out a little bit different and end up going wrong. Now I'm going to cut out the garage for now. Not sure whether to put in a back door, not sure whether there should be a side window either, which is a little bit disappointing. I think what I'll do is probably keep the pink clay quite independent to that side of the building, because otherwise we're going to have to drag that pink clay all the way around and down this end, which I'm really not wanting to do. Let's go ahead and place these in as well. So what is going to be our best option? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this wall all the way down. Now I know we might want to put a back door in, but this is only purely so that we know we're matching up to the right place. Let's go ahead and chuck these blocks in there. And we can fill in this garage space here. And like we've done on the other side, we may as well just prepare for our roof to go on. Now we could go one up further, but we don't want to be going too far aside. Now, what have we got? We've got 7. I think this is actually 11. No, it's 10 in length. So I suppose we could actually work now on... Let's take our clay away. Nope, we'll keep the clay. Let's see what roof we've got here. We're going to have to use something quite dark. We can go with a dark oak. Or we can go with a spruce wood. I think it's more of a spruce wood than what it is a dark oak. Now we want it to come out a little bit further, so we may have to go up one higher. So, oh, wrong one. And if we just chuck this on, should we chuck it on upside down or should we chuck it the right way? I think we chuck it the right way for now, because we may want to put a slab on underneath to signify, well, it's not actually on the garage roof, so we'll go the one higher anyway. Sorry guys, just making sure that we've got the space. So now we're free just to pull our roof all the way across on every layer. We want to pull it out one extra on each side, as in our normal fashion. Pull it all the way across. And then we'll sort of get a good look at what we're looking at. Obviously we've got to put basketball net there as well. I'm hoping this is not too high, but we'll see in a minute when we have a look. It may mean that the actual building may have to come off another block as well, but we'll decide that in a moment when we actually get over there and see how tall this is compared to the garage itself, compared to the actual house itself. Let's go ahead and fill in this part here. We could also just put a little doorway in just to make sure it's there. So let's just go across. Now we've got enough room for the basketball hoop on the front of the garage. Now we've got a little bit taller that side, but I'm hoping the house is going to become a little bit wider than what it seems, because obviously we're going to come one out as well. So we're going to have to take it up one more block. So we'll use this block. And we can do this all the way around. I think we should leave that one. No, we haven't got the choice to leave that one where it is. And the reason we haven't got the choice is because it needs to all tie in together. So it's going to be a little bit bigger than I was expecting. But not in the way that maybe you would think. Now the garage roof has come up a little touch too far. But we don't want to lose this block because of this window. So I think we may have to make do with it, or we can use a slab. Or we can lower the garage and lose sort of like the window frame itself on the garage. But I'm thinking we should probably make do with it. Let's just have a look, because it isn't independent like I wanted it to be. But at the same time, I think slabs are going to overdo it, which is a little bit annoying. So let's take it up one more block, because we won't be using this. We'll only be using this as like a fascia. So let's just check it out. Hope that it comes in. You know, it is a bit higher now, and we've got enough to sort of bring it in. Now that is annoying doing that. We could do it like that, I suppose. But obviously that's not really good enough for all the way up the top of the roof, but now we want this one to turn round with it. Then this one. So there we go, we've now got our level of where we actually want our roof for the front as well. Now it is a little bit higher than I was hoping, but not too much of an issue really. We can drag it out an extra touch as well, but the issue for me is that it's like sort of dragging it out there, and I don't like the idea of this, so I'm a little bit maybe disappointed with it. Unless we drag out the garage as if it was too high itself. Which, in a way, would probably make more sense, maybe. Sorry guys, I know I'm taking the time, but I'd rather do it like this than get half a build done and then say to you, okay, let's knock it down, because it's not looking the way it should. So if we do it like that, we've now got the room for our roof to hang over, and it hasn't actually caused any disruption with the rest of the build. So we can go ahead, let's just pull this up to the level that we now want it. So like that, and dropping it down and hoping that it's not ending up too big and that we don't want to swap it over to slabs. We'll just have a quick check. No, I don't think it's too big personally, but let's get it done, and obviously we can we judge it then. I think we're going to be okay. Now, my only worry here is personally the middle of the house ending up a lot bigger than what I thought it would do. But at the same time, we kind of need it to as well. So I'm a little bit conflicted at the moment, but I think it'll be okay. I think the best thing we can do here is take a part of this roof up a couple of layers. So we want this one actually at the same size as the garage, and then 1, 2. We can drag this one up higher than the garage itself, so it'll be 1 block and then 2. Then we want to start dragging this one out, or is it another one up? I think it's another one up. So like that. Then we can afford to overhang. So we end up with this sort of look. We're going to drag this one all the way across, so now we can start making our provisions and sort of start working out where our roof is going to end up. Is it going to be too high? Is it going to be too low? I wouldn't really like to swap over the slabs, because doing one roof with one material and then one with another can sometimes have quite a weird effect on a build. But at the same time, when you're not looking at it, you don't realise how high it's going to be. But we can always sort of level it off in the middle with a couple of slabs. Now actually I don't think that's too high looking at it from there, because it is only just over the house itself. Now I'm going to pull this one back a little so we can start working on this one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That is one too many, but oh, what am I thinking? So we do it like this. Now I'm really missing my tapped out game now, because I would have looked up this house, turned it round to the other view and had a look from that side, but I'm thinking let's keep the red clay where it is. Do we want to go one down? No, we're going to keep it on this one. And I think that's going to be on the outside, yeah. So we're going to start layering our roof on this side. Let's make sure of where we are. This one can go because it's going to turn round to this side. Let me just double check on that. Yeah, it is. It's going to turn. So that one can go. And then this one will turn around that way instead. Bit odd, but it will work. Oh. So like that. Perfect. So there we go. We're now starting to find out where our roof is, and we know it's not going to conflict with the other one because we've allowed for it. We've sort of made it higher, or at least I'm hoping it's still higher. Is that higher or is that the same? If it's the same, I'm not too bothered. If it ends up higher, then I'm really annoyed. Because we can't keep picking. Yeah, it is literally a block, maybe 2 blocks higher, which is thankfully perfect. We're just literally getting it on the right ticket now. So we're just going to pull this one around, and it's important that we do it from this side because we want to really drag that roof round, create the shape that it should be. So we can come around from this side, and then underneath I think we're going to use a bit of birchwood, and I don't know whether we'll use slab on the bottom and then like a birch stair underneath every other stair, depending on how it looks. But it does have a white barrier underneath the roof. Oh man. Damn stairs. There we go. Man, I must have the most delinquent stairs in Minecraft. They're determined to do whatever they want. And now we've reached this middle part, we can now put a slab on. Let's take away the purple stained clay for now. Get out a oak wood slab. Oh, wrong one. What am I using here? Spruce. Alright. I didn't think I must be going a little bit blind by the looks of that. And we're just going to pull this one to there so it matches the stairs when they come around. We're just going to carry on dragging this around, knowing that we're going to start pulling it down this way, matching to the rest of the roof. So like that. Oh, it feels like I'm working so slow at the moment. I don't know why. I'm sorry guys if my speed is not up to scratch at the moment. Right, let's lower ourselves down. Let's get a tidy grip on these stairs here. Voila. And there we have it. We've got ourselves our arch. Let's have a quick look at how that looks. Yeah, that's really not that bad. It's turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to. So, on this roof, we're going to clean it up a little. We will put the stairs in like that underneath. Just purely because they look a little bit odd, sort of sat there like a little diamond. So I just prefer to keep it looking a little bit nicer. I know it thickens the roof and sometimes it doesn't do it justice. It's all down to the particular build. And obviously it is up to yourselves, like what you want to do for yourselves. I'm going to go ahead and assume there's no windows in this side. Now they do say assumptions are the root of mess ups. That's not quite the way I heard it, but just in case. So guys, if you do know I'm wrong for doing that, or maybe we'll carry it on literally to this edge, just to keep it like in some sort of look the way we want it to, just to add some sort of feature to it. And then we're going to want this extra one, and now we can start building other layers, knowing that we can just run our roof all the way across, making it easier to drag and stop. Now, I really hope this video is recording at the moment, because if it isn't, I won't be doing another one tonight. It is so late. Yeah, I think we will carry these 4 blocks all the way down. We'll put them ones in, I think, because we don't know where they should stop. We won't run them literally all the way to the edge, so that the back looks dodgy if anything. We're just going to run it to this block here. So we'll run it across like that. And this is only purely because I have no pictures, and I've tried looking online. There is no pictures of the house turned around the other side. So we're going to do it like that for now. Now you guys might come across your orange houses, look at it and think it hasn't got a pink side on that side, which, okay, is great. Stick to the orange, or if you see a window, put it in the very same style, if that's the way it should be, and you'll find yourselves, you know, as soon as you know how you're building it and putting it together, you won't have any problems in my mind. So let's just run this across. We can now finish off on our roof, get a real good look at how it should look. See if we can get these done nice and quickly now. Now guys, I have noticed that my channel seems to be in a little bit of conflict at the moment, and I'm not sure if that's down to me where I'm playing other games. I know some of them are adult content as well, like with The Walking Dead. I don't really want to restrict it, because of obviously when you restrict it, you can't actually do anything with it. But at the same time, I also don't want to conflict the channel to a point where I'm losing subscribers for the reason of I've got too older content. But at the same time, obviously, I don't want to just stick with Minecraft. I do want to game on other games, and because I do play a lot of games, I like to share that experience with you guys as well. So I'm feeling a little bit conflicted. I'm not too sure how people are taking it, or is there a reason? Have I conflicted my channel? So I'm a little bit at the moment confused as to, have I sort of done it wrong? Like, have I done the wrong thing by conflicting Minecraft with games? Because there is a very fine line between Minecraft gamers and gamers in general. And when I say that, I don't mean offensive to anyone on Minecraft, because, I absolutely love Minecraft myself. But I have noticed that there is a sort of fanboy scene going on, that a lot of people aren't happy with, I don't know how to say it really, that if you like Minecraft, you sort of don't like games as such. But at the same time, if you like games, a lot of people don't tend to like Minecraft, and mind-boggling. And in all fairness, they are very different experiences, from regular games to others. Wait a minute, I'm just having a look here. We're going to take this one away. Sorry guys. We're going to shorten that to a 3. Out of respect for the window. Because I'm looking at the picture and it shouldn't be higher than the window frame itself, or lower than the window frame, or as low as the window frame. So if we do it like that, I mean, we could try that thing with the signs, dragging them around. Will it look better? Will it not? I really couldn't say. So we're now at a point where we really want to decide, do we want to use our birch wood? So we're going to use birch for now, and I'm going to grab some slabs as well. Now the slabs will be for under these parts here. So like that. I think I'll cut that one away, keep it in tucked into the house, and I think we'll do the same over here as well, keep it tucked in until we reach, oh no, actually we can't really. Let's just have a quick look. You may not like it, you may want to double up with just like maybe you might find it conflicting. I'm just trying to follow the picture as best as I can, but at the same time, if you guys watch me, you will know that sometimes I will lose certain parts of detail just to make it look better. Ooh, that is a toughie. Do you know what? I think we're going to lose this part off this side. We could leave it running across there, but when it comes to the main roof, like on the arches, I think realistically we should stick to using the same colour, because to me it just seems a little bit too conflicting, especially when we don't know for sure that runs all the way. I mean, sometimes you do have to lose these little bits of detail. It's not... Oh, one moment. It's not on purpose. It's just a case of sometimes you lose the detail because you need it to make detail. It sounds kind of weird, but the truth of it. So there we go. Doubling up. Let's take that one away, because I don't like it there. Now, it does look a little weird having this part here, but you know, that is just the style of the house itself. Oh, stop it, stairs. Whoop. Guys, I feel like I'm going so slow, and I know I must be if I'm feeling it. So I do apologise for that. It really annoys me, but I'd rather work it out as we go along than get halfway through the build, everyone get frustrated because I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't like it. And it does happen, you know, I have done builds before. I've even had the council putting videos out because in the end I was just like, oh my god, that took so long just to change my mind. So let's have a quick look. Let's get the front sorted, then we get around the back, fill in that wall there. We want to put in a chimney as well, which we're going to have to use the orange clay. Now luckily we do have a little bit of a marker, so we're going to go from here, 1, 2, and obviously the middle is going to have to go as well, so it's going to be quite a wide chimney, I'm afraid. So like so, and then we're going to come up another layer, and I think quite honestly we could do it at that height, because it's not conflicting with the wood then, but we also don't want it too tall either, so we'll check it out. Yeah, that's good. We do have the same problem as we had with the purple house. We're going to need to put in some cobblestone. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to put the pipe on. Now, I don't mind because it looks like the base of the pipe anyway. But I know a few of you probably wouldn't want to put it in. And quite honestly, that's fine. You know, you've got to decide what you want and what you don't want. No one else can really do that for you. We need to get our grey clay back. And now we're just going to clear out. We're just going to put our drive in. Oh, went a little bit wide there. Ah, well, what's a block? What's a block between friends? So let's just put it across. Oop. Oh, I find it so weird when you're not flying and you're actually walking instead. It's like as if you've just lost complete control of your character. And then we're going to want... So, 1, 2, on a third... Yeah, we're going to go from there. Now we could actually pull it forward one as well, which may be the better option, maybe. Let's think. Yeah, it actually is, and so, sorry for that. So we're going to have to fill that one back in a little while, and then we just do it like that. So we end up here. Now we could make this a little bit squarer, but I'm just trying to make it a bit more... Yeah, that's fine. I was thinking then, I was like, that's one of them blocks that I knocked away when I didn't mean to. Oh, let's get rid of our clay, cobblestone. Let's just fill this back in for a moment. Now, I think we're going to have to use cobblestone. It's not the material used, but it is, for me, in my mind, the best thing to use. We're just going to use it from the side of the garage, right here. I'm going to drag it out. And we're just going to follow that pattern. And we're going to have to place one on the inside just to keep it real. We forgot our clay on this part. Boom, boom. We don't want to lose any of the netherrack, so let's lose the birch. We want to use the double tall grass. Maybe some tall ferns as well. Now we need it double because obviously the cobble is taking up a little bit of space there. If it wasn't so sort of intruding on the garden, we probably would have used just normal grass, but I think that would have been a little bit too low. I mean, we could we check it? Not bad actually. The ferns actually look like a good bet. Where's our normal grass? Just chuck it there for a moment. Okay. Okay, I think what we'll do is we'll chuck in a tall grass in some of the backs, like where the frame ends. We'll leave it there and put oh, wrong one. So like that, and then run the small grass all the way across like that. I'm not exactly sold on the cobblestone, but we can't really go using yellow blocks. You know, it would just be kind of weird. So we're trying to just make do. I mean, we could sink it into the floor and use slab, but then it's going to conflict with the path outside, so it's just kind of a little weird. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then drag it into this wall. We could probably lose this one, but this time we're actually going to use tall grass on the very outside there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use some spruce leaves, and we're going to slowly build up the look that we've got a little bit of a tree. Oops. So a little bit like that maybe. Let's take these signs off. So we'll end up with this sort of look. Don't really have to go that wide. Make of it what you will. I don't know. Maybe we might want to take this off and just have it standing maybe one taller than the tall grass. Yeah, I think that's fine. And looking at the picture, we're then going to need a tripwire hook. Right on the side of the wall there. And then an iron bar underneath. Like so. And then we're going to grab our spruce leaves and we're going to build them out like we would on our others. So we end up with this effect. I suppose actually we could drag that one further like so. Just have it built up around the window, but not over the window like we've done on the other one. So we've got now this. Now, that's actually a pretty good looking house. Joe, when I was backing off, I thought, the cobblestone, you know, maybe that was the wrong idea there. Maybe we should just left it completely, put some tall grass in, and just left it like that. But I think we made the right decision. I think where we've sort of had to take one, we've had to allow with another one. So let's get round to the back. Now, what do we want to do? Do we want to put a garden in? I'm thinking a garden would probably be a good idea for me here. So, if I just match up to the front, so let's just chuck that in. 1, 2, 3. That's my third row, fourth row, fifth row. Chuck in our nether rack. So we've got this. Oh, now we need our orange clay again. I keep putting stuff away that I need. 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's right. 1, 2, 3. Because obviously we'll use a nether rack on the outside of the window. Obviously we can now pull this one all the way across. We know we're not conflicting with any windows. And we can So we'll do 1, 2, 3 here. Now, I keep wondering, should I have sort of done that pink clay all the way round to this next window? Maybe, maybe not, I don't know. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we can carry on from there. And obviously this is going to be our block for our nether block. And then this one as well. So we'll just pull that all the way across. 1, 2, 3. Now for the fourth. And like we done on the other side, we're just going to run it across. Oh, what am I like? There we go. Pull it across. Do the same on the door frame as well. Just before I forget. And then we're going to do the same across here on the third one up on the bottom half. And then on the very bottom glass block on the bottom half of that one as well. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same fashion. 1, 2, 3. Then 4. Might as well just drag this across so we know we've only got to do one more. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then a slab. Yep, we are right. Because it only leaves a little bit of the glass, you think to yourself, am I right? But yeah, it's fine. Now, apart from adding a garden, that is our orange house. Now, I am going to drag this this pink clay all the way around to the back window, just so it gives it an ending point without clashing with the orange. So we'll end it on this window frame here. So there. And I'm wondering what to do for like a fence line. I think we'll carry the fence on right off of the back. So we just sort of just go straight off the back of the build. Oops. Ah. Got some crazy trigger fingers tonight. And I'll leave this like a little lane here because I don't want to make it too big because there's nothing I can really put in it because it's not really that sort of detailed. Oh, and we need a tripwire hook on our door over there. And I think I might put a glass on it as well. And I think we'll overstep it by about 3 blocks. So that when we run it back down, again, we've got that sort of walkway past it as well. I mean, we could change this to a wall. And do it in a normal Simpsons fashion of like leaving one and then stepping it up a little. Yeah, I think that's fine actually. We'll do this one as a complete one. And then for the back we'll do it the layered one up, one down, one up, one down, you know, so every other block, say. So on this one we'll just go one, skipping every other block. Do we want to make this one solid? No, we'll do the same. And let's just grab ourselves some grass block. Just chuck it in. Now I'm just going to have a quick look just to make sure I haven't quite missed anything too much. Now we should have like a little bit of a drain pipe coming down here, but we can't really make up for that apart from with fence. What sort of fence could we use? I know it's grey, but we don't want to use grey, and obviously we don't want to use iron bars because they look kind of weird, so we're just going to have to go with nether just to sort of do it like that, and then if we put a hopper underneath, it'll just look a bit more like a drain coming down from underneath the roof there. And before I forget, just chuck my tripwire hook in the back, and just to be different, in fact we'll change the glass as well. Let's go for a nice red, just to in keep with the door. And there we have it. That is our orange house. And there you go, guys. Now, guys, if you have any better ideas of how we can do these, I would love to hear it. Whether we do it with signs or something else. Now, I was going to use the netherrack, but then it, that's not really that good. So anyway, guys, I'll leave you with it, and thanks for watching. See you soon.